Well, hi there. It's Lisa Prokopowicz, and I am we still have hummingbirds. I didn't know if we still had them, but I guess we do. I thought they had left for the season, unless this is a little migrator coming through. I've been documenting my recovery from wrist surgery after I took a fall and broke my left wrist. I'm a guitarist, and I want to document my own recovery, not only so I remember, so that anyone else who's going through this type of recovery will kind of know what to expect, because it's hard to find online what do I expect when I first break my wrist, and then if I have it fixed. So what I had was a distal radius fracture on my left hand, and as I said, I'm a guitarist and I need to be able to regain my function to be able to get my skills back, and I am going to be and that's why I had this surgery instead of just letting my hand recover after I fell, so that it would be more likely that I could recover as much of my functioning as possible. So today is 6 weeks since my surgery, and yesterday I saw the surgeon and he removed the brace I had been wearing. I had that on in my last video. I've been keeping it on, especially when I sleep, and then a lot of time during the day, but I had been decreasing my time in the brace as much as possible, not only because it hurt, but because I wanted to start to strengthen my hand. And so what he said yesterday was that it is doing well. If I can put a picture of the x-ray in here, I will show you in the video. If not, just know there is a little titanium plate inside my wrist, and there are screws holding it into the bones, and the bones have begun to fuse around there. So essentially what he told me is now I can really start to work it, and I am in the process of trying to find myself a good hand specialist, like an occupational therapist who specializes in working with hands, because it's very intricate what goes on in your hand. And he did tell me that my hand is still it's more stiff than normal. So hopefully if you are going through this, by the time you get to 6 weeks, you will be a little bit more able to move your hand. So right now, my fingers, they are not as, see how this other hand, my hand can spread so wide. This one really can't yet. And my fingers are still, there's that hummingbird again, fighting with a yellow jacket. The yellow jackets think they own the bird feeder. Oh, so anyway, so I am now starting to try to manipulate these fingers and get them to straighten out, to get my hand to go back further and forward further. So hopefully you will be able to do more. These are the things that he had told me I could work on: closing and opening my fist and moving my wrist back and forth, and helping with the other hand. I wasn't allowed to lift things or pull or push, that type of thing, and I really couldn't do it. A few days back I noticed I finally could pick up something like a tissue. It was really hard for me to do much of anything. Now I can pick up slightly larger objects and heavier. And there were 4, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I can get my hand out here far enough for you to see, because I just can't move it enough. There were 4 of these there we go. I'll just have to move my whole body to get my arm to do this. There were 4 of these tapes that were holding the incision closed, and he said they were going to fall off, and they have fallen off. In fact, the 3rd one fell off this morning, and I'm assuming that this one now is going to fall off on its own today, probably. And then that incision will be totally open, and you can see it. It's about 2 inches long, and that is where they went in to fix my wrist. And I am, once I go to this OT, I'll ask her about things I can do to regain my skills, especially musically. Right now, I really cannot play the guitar at all. I can't bring my arm around, and I really can't bring my hand closed enough to press. I'm not strong enough, so I'm going to be working on that. I did try to finger the keyboard this morning, and I was kind of able to, so I'm going to be working on doing some music on the piano to try to do a little music therapy on myself. I'm also considering trying instruments like something like the ukulele or the dulcimer or those types of things. So I may document some of that as I go along and progress. But for now, this is my 6-week check-in, and thank you to those of you who have been praying for me. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful we got to see a hummingbird this morning, because I thought that would be the end of this for the season. But I will probably be doing some more of my videos where I talk about what the Lord's been teaching me spiritually. So if you want to connect up in that way, definitely go to my YouTube channel at shiningriver.com/YouTube, and I'll put a link to those videos in the description of this one in case you want to check them out, because there's a lot more than what meets the eye when we're recovering from things like this. And having a spiritual understanding really helps. So God bless you, and I will say goodbye for now.